everyone, welcome back to my podcast, Closer Companions. Finally, new setup. I'm super excited to introduce you guys. A good friend of mine. She's also an international published fitness model, bikini model, certified personal trainer, and wellness and fitness spokesperson. So we have Marie. Welcome. Thank you so much for making some time. I know you're super busy. So how are you feeling today?
Thank you for inviting me, Maria. I'm very excited to be here and be a guest on your podcast. I'm doing very good, very happy to be here.
I know you're a little bit nervous because is it your first podcast?
Yeah, it's basically my first podcast.
But I told her it's going to be a very low-key conversation. It's not an interview, it's more like a conversation. It's going to be educational, it's going to be fun, and yeah, let's start. So tell me a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and how did you get in the fitness industry, and what fitness means to you.
So I'm from Germany originally, and I started getting into fitness really when I was about 13, 14, reading my mom's fitness magazines, like Shape magazine. I'm sure you know.
I used to have some of those.
And so I started working out in my room, using water bottles, doing exercises from the magazine, like home workouts.
Okay.
That's how I first started. And then I started doing pageants, like the Miss Hooters that I won back in 2010, I believe.
So from working out in your room, how did you end up at a gym? Because I know it can be a little bit more intimidating for women. I know I was into other sports before I got into the gym, and I was still intimidated. So how did you transition from like just your room to an actual gym?
The transition, I think, happened with like in the summer. My friend was telling me about the special at the gym, so we both signed up, and I started doing mostly cardio in the beginning. And
I can relate to that for sure.
Yeah.
Where were you when you started actually go to the gym?
I think when I first started going to the actual gym, how old was I? Like 17, 18, I think. Yeah, something around that age.
Was it a local gym? Was it like a commercial gym?
It was a local gym, like a small local gym back in Germany.
And you said you started with cardio, as we all used to do that. And then what motivated you to actually start lifting weights?
So I didn't really, even though I really enjoyed working out, but I didn't really get the results that I was hoping for, and I was struggling to really maintain like some sort of fitness level that that I was aiming for. So it was always kind of like up and down, and also restricting with foods a lot, not really knowing what to do with my nutrition. And then in 2012, I hired my first coach, and she was IFBB Pro.
Oh wow, bikini?
Bikini, yes. Bikini figure, I'm not sure exactly anymore. It's been so long. I think she was actually figure pro, or both. I'm not sure.
But she was
over again.
She knew what she was doing. She was experienced.
Yes, she was experienced.
And talking about competing, how did you, just from working out, that, oh my God, I actually want to start competing, or I want to check it out, I want to try it?
So I guess...
So who influenced you?
I think working with my coach, who was also a competitor, and then that was also the beginning of social media, Instagram, Fitspo. Yeah. So I think all of that influenced me to also want to be a part of that community, and I really enjoyed training in the gym and started getting into lifting weights, and just the community of women competing in the competing industry. I wanted to be a part of that.
And where was your first competition?
My first competition was the WBFF Los Angeles in 2016.
Okay, funny story. Mariana, that's where we met. We were at WBFF. We were actually competing with my sister because you guys are like an inch taller than me. And that's when we met many years ago. It was maybe 10, 11.
Almost 10 years ago.
Yeah, and that was my first WBFF. I had done some NPC. Crazy how fitness can bring us all together.
Yes.
And Yeah, wild. So that was your first show, and then I saw that you did another one in Bahamas.
The Worlds
in
2019. So stuck with the WBFF and had the opportunity to compete in Bahamas, which was amazing at the Worlds.
Wow.
That was for the commercial model category. And it was actually very spontaneous. I hadn't really planned or prepared for that as much.
I think the best ones are the spontaneous, honestly.
But I'm very grateful for that opportunity and my friend who pushed me to do that. She was competing in bikini that year.
Okay.
And so she's like, hey, even though you haven't like dieted and prepared for bikini, you should do the commercial model category. It's a new category.
So that's a new category.
It was a new category at the time. So
did you enjoy more the bikini or the commercial model?
So to be completely honest, bikini, just because for me it's all about the process and the transformation along the way and the dieting and the training.
The hard work, the sweat, the blood, the crying.
Seeing the changes in your physique over time, whatever, 15, 20 weeks. And that's why I first started falling in love with it and getting into it, is because I love that process.
So the commercial bikini is not as lean or muscular?
Yeah, exactly.
More,
I guess more commercial look, which at the time I was mostly training for, just for lifestyle, to maintain a healthy lifestyle and for longevity.
I mean, as much as I love competing, it's not something you can do forever. It's a lot on the body, especially for women. It can mess up your hormones, everything. How did you move from being a competitor to a judge?
So this year I had the opportunity to be a judge for Swimsuit USA, both in Beverly Hills and Las Vegas recently. My friend invited me to be a judge, and that was an amazing experience to be on the other side, kind of like full circle, from being on stage myself and competing, which really started my modeling career, to being a judge. And
So did you enjoy it?
It was amazing. I mean, it's actually not as easy as you would think. Because you have to take a lot into consideration, and of course you want to be fair, and for pageants it's a little different than just fitness. Fitness is more based on the physique.
You have criteria, you have certain standards. So what are the criteria for pageants?
So for the pageant you also take into account the qualities as a spokesperson, the overall presentation. There's just a little bit different from just basing it off of the level of fitness or muscle.
That's so cool. But when you were a judge, did you feel a little bit, oh my God, I wish I was on stage, or did you miss it?
It definitely brought back memories from competing and going on stage myself. I was, remembering how it felt right before you step on stage, the excitement and the nerves. Yeah, for sure. So that was awesome. But it wasn't really the time for me to be competing right now, or to be in a pageant myself.
Are you planning on going to another competition?
Possibly.
As a judge or as a...
I would consider both. Yeah.
Okay. I want you to tell me about how you got into all this international publishing, fitness modeling.
So it really started with competing with the WBFF and doing some photo shoots around the show to capture, the results and the hard work.
I want to emphasize that Marie has worked with top fitness photographers. Who is your favorite photographer that you enjoyed working with, got inspired? Because I had really bad experiences here in LA. I know you have too. Who inspires you?
Different people inspire me for different reasons. I would say it's really hard to choose a favorite, because everyone has a little bit of different style of working, or different, just a different look that they're going for. Some are more natural light, some are more studio, or, using lighting setup. Some are more artsy, creative. So I enjoy all of that for different reasons. My favorite kind of shoot would definitely be going out in nature and hiking for a waterfall, for example, and shooting.
And these are the most challenging, actually.
Yeah.
Because you cannot get the, sometimes, with the lighting, you have no control of all this stuff. There's noise in the background. If you're doing videos, but so you like the challenge. I like that.
I like the challenge, and I like exploring and just capturing the moment and the nature, and It's like a collaboration.
And you've shot in many countries, like Australia. What other countries? Did you shoot in Bahamas when you were doing WBFF?
I did a shoot there too, yes. So yeah, Bahamas, Australia, New Zealand.
Miami. I know you were back in Miami after I left.
Germany, I've done a shoot there with a photographer who also got us published in Boudoir magazine.
What is Boudoir Inspiration magazine? Is it fitness or?
It's more like lingerie, sensual style. Yes. So that was one of my bigger publications, and we got the cover back in I think 2022, December 2022. Wow. So that was very exciting. That was a great shoot that we had there. Where else have I shot? Mexico. I really love Mexico.
What part of Mexico did you?
Mostly Tulum, Playa del Carmen.
And what magazines have you shot for? So you said that you did the cover for Boudoir, and what other magazines have you collaborated with?
So while I was in Mexico last year with one of my main photographers, Harry LHGFX.
Shout out to Harry.
Thank you, Harry, for all your support.
And a twin.
He is a twin.
He is an identical twin. I happened to meet his twin in Miami, actually.
Yeah, I was in Mexico, in Tulum with Harry shooting, and Paul Heyman reached out and asked if we can shoot a cover for FHM for him.
Oh, wow.
And so I was super excited, so of course I said yes, and I'm very grateful for this opportunity.
And you guys shot in Tulum?
We shot in Tulum, and...
So you did 2 projects in Tulum. Oh, right. That was amazing.
That was amazing. We shot at Canaan Resort in Tulum in the beach zone and got published in FHM Mexico in November last year, which is also my birthday month. So that was very special, very grateful.
All right, so a lot of magazine covers and collaborations. Let's move to collaborations you've done with swimwear and fashion. I saw Fashion Nova, which is one of my favorites. So how did you get connected with them? Did they reach out? Did they see you in other magazines or competitions? How did it work?
So they reached out back in 2021 when I was living in Australia at the time.
So that was during COVID?
Yes, that was during COVID.
You were in Australia? Wow.
And they reached out about a Nova Sport campaign and wanted me to be a part of that. And I was very excited because I had been wanting to work with them and be an ambassador for a long time.
Who wouldn't want to work with Fashion Nova?
Yes, so that was an amazing opportunity. And it started with the Fashion Nova Sport campaign, and then from there it moved into a regular brand ambassador role, where I would do the monthly collaboration, and I did that for 3 years.
Wow. Are you still with Fashion Nova?
The collaboration finished last year in October. But I still love the clothes, and I still wear it all the time for events and shoots. Yes.
There's actually a mall up in Northridge that they have an actual store. I thought it was only online, and
I didn't know.
I was visiting back in October, and I had 0 winter clothes from Miami, obviously. And I had to go to like a film thing, and last minute thing, I had to get something. Went to the mall and I saw Fashion Nova. I'm like, wow! I didn't know they had actual stores, physical stores. So shout out to Fashion Nova, even though you're not with him anymore. Also, swimwear companies that you work with, I know KL.
Yes,
that they're also based in Australia.
Yes, exactly. KL
love their stuff.
It's such a good fit and amazing styles and colors, and she's also a really great person. I had the chance to meet her in person finally after so many years wearing her bikinis and doing photo shoots.
Cool. Oh my God.
Yes. So while we were living in Australia during the pandemic, that's when we met her down in Gold Coast together with Harry, who's been a long-time friend of hers. And we all went for a walk on the beach.
You guys shot in Gold Coast, because that's a place I've always wanted to visit. It looks like paradise on earth.
We did.
Did you do any work there?
We did do a bunch of photo shoots in like different areas, like around Gold Coast. That was definitely one of my favorite places where I've lived, in Gold Coast, or just Queensland in general, North Queensland. Wow.
I haven't been. I've seen pictures, and it looks so beautiful. It's insane. And back to the KL swimwear, it's really hard to find really nice swimsuits. Like I've tried different companies. but by far, and I saw them through actually your pictures. Yeah, that's how I was introduced to them, and love the styles and the fit.
I actually remember seeing all the competitors wearing them for their comparison photos, like the before and after photos. I'm like, oh my gosh, these bikinis look so good, and they're so good for showing off your physique, especially if you're into competing fitness in the best way. And so I'm like, I need to get some of these bikinis.
And then you got them. And what is Fit?
La Diva Fit is my friend's brand. She started it in 2020, 2021, so during COVID time.
Like a new brand?
It's a newer brand, yes. And
where are they based?
I think it's made in Brazil, because she's originally from Brazil. And at the time, she started it in Southern California, I believe.
And is it swimwear or is it sportswear?
It's both activewear and swimwear. She has some really cute styles, very comfy. I just recently actually did a fitness shoot after some time and wearing one of her pieces.
Here in LA?
In Malibu, yeah, just last week.
Oh, wow.
Very excited to share that soon.
Check out those pictures. Another thing that I wanted to talk about, it's super, super interesting, and you're going to have to explain to me. So I know that you're a spokesperson for breast implants recall. So what is an implant recall, first of all? Let's start with that.
So basically what happened is the company who manufactures the breast implants had to recall the devices because they were linked to a certain type of lymphoma, cancer, or at least the risk of developing that when you have those implants.
Right. How did you get involved with them?
So when I first got my implants, the doctor was telling me the type of implants I was getting is the latest and greatest, of course.
How many years ago did you get them?
That was in 2009, so a long time ago. So yeah, at the time when I found out about the recall, they had already been in for over 10 years, I think.
Okay.
So that was, about 10 years actually. 2019 is when I found out. And how I found out was my partner at the time telling me he saw something about this whole recall situation on Instagram.
Was the recall for that specific brand, like implant brand, I guess? Or the doctor's office?
No, so it was for the implant brand specifically, and it affected a lot of different styles of the Allergan textured implants. There's a whole list online where you can look up which specific number of implant is involved in the recall. So after hearing about this, I went to the website to look it up, and the number noted on my on the card I got for my implants. Yeah.
Wow.
It was part of that list. So then I'm like, okay, I need to do something about this. I don't really want to keep this in my body, even though I've been told.
So you removed them?
Not until a few years later, because the pandemic happened. We got stuck in Australia.
Australia is not a bad place to stuck in, but especially Gold Coast. So you said you had it done a few years later. Did you have an issue, or you just removed it because you were scared that there's some recall, so I want to be on the safe side?
So a little bit of both, to be honest. So right away after finding out, I made an appointment for ultrasound, and I went back to the doctor who gave me the implants in the first place. And they said I don't think there was any fluid at the time. I don't remember exactly, but they told me whatever it was, like it wasn't serious and it wasn't that urgent. And, you know.
I want to thank you so much for coming to do the podcast. I know you were a little bit nervous, but I think you did amazing. I think we've learned a lot. And where can we find you?
Thank you so much for having me, first of all, and I feel so much more comfortable now, and you did amazing, like leading through the whole podcast, and it felt much like just having a regular conversation with you.
Where can they find you?
So my Instagram is Marie Madeleine, and also TikTok and Twitter as well.
What is your favorite platform?
Favorite platform will probably be TikTok at the moment.
Okay.
Just because it tends to be a little bit more rewarding, as far as like pushing out your content, getting more engagement and views. Although it can be a little bit up and down.
Yeah. Sometimes the algorithm is weird.
Right. But for the most part, like I've had some some good experiences there compared to Instagram. It's been a little bit frustrating, but yeah, it's still my first and main one for sure.
TikTok, we can find them on TikTok. Well, hope you're gonna come back for another episode, so we can talk about other stuff, more fitness, maybe food, favorite workouts, and yeah, thank you again. And I'll see you guys at the next one.